We have already made it to August, Scorpio, and this month is going to be especially impactful for you. We're going to be seeing some focus on your career and homes, as well as potential changes or evolutions in your relationships. So before we dive too far into all of this really exciting stuff, I just want to thank all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. All of my links are in the description box down below if you're looking for a reading or distance Reiki session with me. You can also check out the other videos for your moon, rising signs, or maybe other placements in the playlist on my channel or at the end of this video. Definitely trust your intuition to guide you to the video that feels the most resonant for you. Anyway, Scorpio, we were talking about August being a very impactful month, and one of the things that really gives it this oomph is the fact that we have Mars, which is one of your co-ruling planets, coming together with Uranus and the North Node in the sign of Taurus, your opposite sign. For those of you who aren't familiar, the North Node is one of the placements which indicates where the eclipses occur. The counterpoint to the North Node is the South Node, which is actually in your sign. I talked a lot about the energy for you in the year ahead reading for 2022, which you can actually find linked in the description box down below, where there really was a lot of focus on you shedding an old sense of self or stepping out of your comfort zone to really realize new levels of connection and intimacy and partnership. There may be new relationships that are coming into the forefront for you this month, or just a deepening of existing relationships. So there really could be a lot here that is playing out in your partnership specifically. And this makes a lot of sense right at the beginning of this month. This was kind of one of the highlights of this year. And with the North Node representing this kind of spiritual longing or reaching for our destiny, the South Node represents something in the past that is familiar or established for us. And so with the South Node in your sign, feeling the impacts of all of this activation in the North Node in your opposite sign, Taurus, there really is, again, the sense of you needing to open yourself up to the world and perhaps let go of old ways of being. But there really is a lot of realization that is coming for you with the Ace of Swords and Page of Swords, or Daughter of Swords in this specific case. I really feel like there is a lot of communication for you at the beginning of this month. Again, this could also be coming from your family. The reason I bring up family is because we have Saturn in the sign of Aquarius that is also being very heavily influenced and aspected by the Sun and Venus and Mercury and the new moon we just had in the sign of Leo. There's a lot that's kind of playing with these themes with home and family and tradition. So really there's all of these big stages of your life that are really going through a lot of shifts and transformation this month. And I know for a lot of people, the end of July into August has been very challenging and very tumultuous. And I think for you specifically, there's been a lot of insights. There's been a lot of truths that have been revealed. There's a lot of communication that's going on. But I actually feel like whatever is shifting in your life right now, Scorpio, it's like things are shifting into place. There are these things that are kind of falling where they should be, and things that are not aligned for you are falling away. I see that very much with the Four of Pentacles. You actually are coming into a new level of stability, but you feel a little insecure about it. You're kind of holding on to things, perhaps. But I see for the future, especially with the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, there is this beautiful beginning, this stable beginning that is happening for you, or you're looking into the horizon and you're seeing this point of new beginning or new foundations. And I wonder too if some of you are getting some sort of recognition. That's actually something I got with the Page of Swords and Daughter of Swords. It felt like you were having a spotlight shining on you after something you've been working on either in the background or kind of working on behind the scenes or learning more about. Maybe you're giving some sort of presentation or you're getting some sort of recognition for work you have done. And it feels like there could be a promotion for some of you actually. That's something I could very well see. Which is very, very exciting. Now, with the Four of Pentacles, again, I want to tell you, if you feel like things are financially unstable, I think you're actually going to be okay. It's just things are a little bit tight. but you can kind of see or strategize a way forward. And that's why I'm not so worried about your finances, even though there's a lot of things that are kind of being shaken up right now and it might feel sort of scary. I feel like you're doing pretty well. I want to pull an animal card for you too to really get a sense of what energies we should be embodying. And kind of looking at the time frame here, I have all of my notes in front of me, so if you see me looking down, I'm probably checking those. We have Venus entering the sign of Leo on the 11th, which is the same exact day we have a full moon in Aquarius. So, Venus entering Leo. Leo represents your career, your midheaven, your role in the world at large. And with Venus, a benefic, generous planet which brings beauty and abundance, there really could be a promotion or a raise of some kind, or just money coming in that is making you feel more hopeful. Especially if you've made some sort of investment, I could actually see money coming in as well, or getting some sort of return on an investment. With the full moon in Aquarius, this really could represent a change in homes. Some of you might be moving quite far. Like, not necessarily even moving to a different home, like moving to a different city or a different part of a country or another country entirely. And that might be why it feels like extra shaky or unstable. But whatever changes are happening this month, it feels very positive, and it feels very much like a step in the right direction. Interesting how the gazelle comes out with this message as well. The gazelle is a beautiful and wonderful, graceful energy. Gazelle is very much a predator, however, in the sense that it's always looking out and scanning for threats. And even though you are very safe and stable, and there is kind of this beautiful Venusian quality, I want to say, with the gazelle, it's like you're still waiting for something to come at you. And maybe one of the reasons you've been afraid subconsciously of getting a promotion or getting some sort of recognition is you're afraid of the negative attention that will draw to you. Especially if you grew up with a narcissistic family member, especially a parent who would reject your achievements or the things you did well because they were secretly jealous or envious of what you had done. So there may be a lot of these themes that are coming up here, and the energy may be very intense, but honestly, this is beautiful. I love seeing the Ace of Pentacles here. I love seeing the Ace of Swords here. Even the Four of Pentacles, it feels like you are building a new foundation. You're building these four corners, these four walls around yourself. You're coming into a new home. And I know with Gazelle, if this card comes up, it's very important that you're keeping your nervous system calm. You're giving yourself foods that nourish you, and you're taking care of yourself and grounding yourself. These are going to be very, very important things. And again, like with Mars in your opposite sign until the 20th, Mars being one of your co-ruling planets, there really could be this hypervigilance about your public image, or even in your relationships. Maybe things feel like they're going a bit too smoothly and you're a little apprehensive about that. That could also be energy too. Just beware not to be too hypervigilant. There is a fine line between being very perceptive and being fearful. And really kind of check into your body and take care of yourself. Ground yourself with the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles here. And even as I say that, the buffalo at the bottom of the deck is a very strong, spiritually grounded energy. So there is this big message for you to ground as we go through kind of the turbulence of this month, especially right at the beginning here. But I don't actually think you are being negatively impacted by this, Scorpio. In fact, the changes that are happening in your life feel very, very positive. It's just a little nerve-wracking. It's like you've kind of been focused or working behind the stage on something, and now you're stepping out front and center, and there could be some nerves that are coming into play. But really appreciate and enjoy this energy you're stepping into. This feels really, really positive and good to me. So what else do we have for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, or any Scorpio placements? Or anyone watching this video. We have the High Priestess and the Two of Swords coming out together. This is very interesting because you might feel blocked off from your intuition, or a need to reconnect with your intuition. I think especially with this Gemini energy, Mars entering into Gemini by the end of this month, there really is a focus on what is hidden, and maybe the occult, or spirituality, or even intimacy. I think you're coming across as very mysterious too, and like, it's almost like you have a poker face. Like, if you're nervous about something, if you're sweating about something, I don't think other people are noticing. You have a lot of allure, you have a lot of magnetism right now. The Ace of Wands, beautiful spark, creativity, new energy, new passion, and change with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of change happening in your life. And this could be a new job, this could be a move, this could be a change in your relationship, this could be all of the above. And some of you are doubting your intuition. Some of you are kind of going through these changes and you're like, oh my gosh, was this really the right move to make? I don't know. And I kind of get that energy. And again, that sort of hypervigilance. It's really important to keep your nervous system calm with the Two of Swords and the High Priestess and the Gazelle. I really want you to have a meditation practice this month, even if this is just something as simple as 5 or 10 minutes before bed or at the start of the day, just to really check in with yourself, to really ground, to really become centered and present. And with the new moon in Virgo and this kind of Virgo energy that we are coming into at the end of the month as well, the sun enters Virgo on the 22nd and the new moon in Virgo is on the 27th. There really could be this blessing or this gift that is being given to you, or this recognition, because Virgo represents your 11th house, which represents friends, it represents networking, it represents support from the universe at large, which often does come from people, but this could also be things online or just any sort of avenue that the universe is supporting you through. There really could be a lot of blessings, and this new moon is actually one of the luckiest for you this year if you have a Scorpio placement, especially if you're a Scorpio rising. So that's very interesting. And with Mars in Gemini, I think some of this hypervigilance could also be like shadows and subconscious things that are coming to the surface for you, because Mars is going to be in Gemini for the rest of the year, pretty much. Mars is actually going to be going retrograde into Gemini later in the autumn, and it's really going to be focusing a lot on things that are secret, things that are shadowy, things that we consider taboo, maybe. So this can include things like sexuality, death, transformation. There's a lot of focus here, but this is actually a place where you are very comfortable as a Scorpio. Naturally, you rule over the 8th house, so you are very much tuning into your energy in a lot of ways, and your mind is feeling this sort of pressure or tension with Mars there. Mars is a very passionate energy. It's a very exciting energy with the Ace of Wands, but it can also bring some sort of conflict or agitation. So there may be this agitation in your subconscious, and it's very, very important that you are grounding yourself. Wow. Major energies here. We have the Phoenix. There is a rebirth that's coming, and the 8th house, this Gemini energy we've been talking about, really can bring rebirth in a lot of ways, a lot of transformation. You are shedding an old self. You are being reborn this year, and that's going to be very, very significant. And I would say this is going to really come out again for you in your season as we go into autumn or spring in the southern hemisphere, and we enter into Scorpio season. There's this sort of rebirth, but I feel like you're already starting to feel this transformation that's taking place, especially with the frog. Again, a transformation taking place, and this does make me think there is a move where you are coming to be closer with family again, and maybe that's why that's nerve-wracking for you, you are going to be closer with family members, but there's a lot of healing that comes from that with the dolphin. And you might be doubting yourself a lot because that's kind of an energy that happens with dolphin. You could be doubting your intuition, doubting your gifts, doubting your creativity. But with dolphin energy, I almost get this message for you, Scorpio. It's like you felt like you need to be the absolute very best at something in order for it to be received, or to be important, or to be significant, or to have purpose. But it's almost like it's not even about what you do with this energy. It's just about sharing your light, sharing your energy with other people. That's the thing that really transmutes people, is your heart, it's your spirit. Really, really beautiful and profound energies here for you, Scorpio. I also just kind of want to make a quick note. I know the end of Cancer season was pretty significant for a lot of you, I would say. And the reason I'm saying that is because we had all of the planets moving out of Cancer. We had the Sun moving out of Cancer. We had Mercury moving out of Cancer. And this was all forming an opposition with your other ruling planet, Pluto, in Capricorn, because Capricorn and Cancer are opposite signs. And there really could have been something with communication and the mind and ideas. With Capricorn representing the mind and siblings and your locale. And Cancer representing distant horizons, philosophy. I really do feel like there's something with a move. There was something with travel, I think, with the Three of Wands. That's been pretty significant in July and into August. And that really could be why there's so much shift. And I feel like your perspective also changed as well. You're seeing things from a different perspective. Especially with the Ace of Swords and Page of Swords. It's like you stepped into this beginner's mind, seeing things with fresh eyes, like you've never seen them before. And that can actually be a very grounding practice, which I feel like some of you, that was kind of a message that might be helpful for some of you. Instead of coming in with assumptions and what you know, stepping into situations or conversations or relationships or topics like you're learning it for the first time, really taking in every single detail and being super, super present with it. That could reveal a lot of details to you and even spark a new way of looking at things. Is there anything else? Again, this buffalo energy at the bottom of the deck, being spiritually grounded. And using spiritual practices that are actually grounding to you. So this includes things like meditation. It includes things like yoga or any sort of devotional practice that is grounding and helps you do what you need to do in daily life. That's very, very important, I feel. And really spending time in nature, spending time with your feet in the grass or in the dirt, feels important, thinking of those heavy hooves and just feeling the support of the earth, especially if you are going through a major change. That feels like a very loud message here as well. Connect to the earth, to ground. But this all is really, really exciting. And I hope you hear this and this lights you up, Scorpio, because I get a lot of beautiful energy here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below what is changing in your life. It seems like a lot of things. Again, all of my links are in the description box down below. If you're looking for a reading or Reiki session with me, my schedule is starting to get a little bit spotty, especially in September. So if you are hoping to schedule a reading, chart reading, or a distance Reiki session with me, I would definitely recommend doing that now. Get in my schedule because those availabilities might be kind of quickly drying up. Anyways, Scorpio, I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care and have a blessed August.